Before we get into the video, I need you guys to do me a favour. Number 1, like the video. Also comment, let me know your thoughts on the case. So some teenagers from Birmingham have been jailed after they were caught on CCTV 4K armed with machetes and other blades, and sadly fatally bladed a 50-year-old Kelvin Ward, after he did his best to defend his 19-year-old son. 17-year-old Tyrone Hollywood and his mates were all armed with blades on April 18th of 2023, just before 8 p.m. They had travelled to a KFC in the Bromwich area of Birmingham in a stolen Ford Kuga. Tyrone was behind the wheel at the time. From all accounts, it seemed like the men and Kelvin Ward's son had a precarious history. They used to be friends, but somehow they fell out. Now, the men travelled to the KFC car park, and it was driven into the Corsa, ramming it to the side. Kelvin Ward's son managed to escape on Chester Road in Bromwich in the Corsa, the dad in the passenger seat. Tyrone and Cole pursued in their stolen Kuga. Again, they began to bash, hit, ram and crash into Kelvin Ward's son's Corsa, to the point where the Corsa's airbag had deployed and the car was not drivable. Now Kelvin and his son decamped the vehicle and then began to run. The four men, 17-year-old Tyrone Hollywood, Leighton Williams, Rusharn Williams-Reid and Aaron Coates, acted like a wild yet organised pack as they hunted their victim. The gang was said to have shouted, "Get him now, keep chasing, K-I-double-L him, everyone, K-I-double-L him." Now Kelvin's son was continued to be hunted by Tyrone and Leighton Williams. However, the son managed to escape miraculously by getting a lift from a man that was travelling on an e-bike. Now that left the dad, Kelvin Ward, alone to deal with four men armed with blades, hell-bent on committing an M. Now Kelvin was stabbed in the middle of the street at 8:15 p.m. in broad daylight. It was still light at the time, to the shock and horror of witnesses that were around. Emergency services were called by concerned pedestrians, but sadly, when emergency services arrived on the junction of Windward Way, 50-year-old Kelvin Ward was in critical condition, and sadly, he was pronounced dead soon after. Now, when police investigated the M, it was said that Kelvin Ward's son and Tyrone, Leighton, Rusharn and Aaron had all been friends, as I said, but they had fallen out over something that could have been a debt or drugs. Now, it led to Tyrone and Cole targeting Kelvin Ward's family home, and thus wanting to commit an M on Kelvin Ward's son. Now, Tyrone Hollywood and Leighton Williams were convicted of the M. Aaron Coates was convicted of manslaughter. Rusharn Williams-Reid was cleared of the M and manslaughter. Again, condolences. Stay safe.